welcome to my channel. I'm Kathy. This is Kathy's Country Life. I'm so glad that you're here to watch this video. It is Friday morning. It is early and it is raining. It's going to rain all day, and then a cold front's coming in this weekend, and I'm sad about it because I really wanted to get out and work in garden beds this weekend, and I can't when it's cold. I just can't. I don't know, the older I get, it is just, I can't handle the cold. So I'm a little bit down about that. But anyway, it's a rainy day. I'm cleaning house today. And I just got home. I had to run an errand in town this morning. And I went by the Piggly Wiggly. Picked up a few things that I need. I'm going to go ahead and get supper started in the crock pot this morning. So I thought I would show you that. And then I'm going to get busy. Got to clean house. I got some more cooking projects I'm going to do this afternoon, and I'll bring you back when we start all that. So first thing this morning, I'm going to make a recipe that I got from my mother-in-law several years ago. She had made it. I had never heard of it. I had never done it. I had never tasted it. And it was so good, and so I make it for us pretty frequently because we like it so well. So I just thought it's easy breezy, nothing really to it, but the flavor profile is chef's kiss. So what this is pork tenderloin with sauerkraut cooked in the crock pot all day. When I first heard about this, I was like, I don't know. But with it cooking all day in the crock pot, the sauerkraut turns savory. It doesn't have that sour taste to it. And mixed with the pork, it is so good. So I went to the pig, and all they had was these really skinny pork tenderloins. They're just really skinny. I usually get a fatter one, so I bought 2 of these. They were like, this one was $4, and then this one was $3. So I went ahead and got that. I'll bring you down here to show you what I'm doing. Super easy, super fast. So in my crock pot, I'm going to put these 2 tenderloins in. I'm making a mess already. It looks gross doing it like this. I don't want to touch it. Get in there. Get in there. Okay, and then I have a jar of sauerkraut that I had fermented and canned up last year. Of course, you can just buy a can or jar of sauerkraut at the grocery store. I've done that many times too. And you're just going to dump. Don't drain it, just dump it all. Just kind of spread it around. Okay, and then I'm going to add some salt and some ground black pepper. Whoop. And that's it. Just going to let this cook all day. Let me see. I'm going to turn it on high, get it going, and then probably about an hour I'll turn it down to low. Put the top on it, sit it, and forget it. Sometimes I will add potatoes to this at the last leg of cooking. Cube up some potatoes and put in it, and that's very good. I've got my potatoes sitting out. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. That is just one of those things I'm going to have to think about if I want to go through the trouble of doing that. So, anyway, I just wanted to show y'all what I do. Very easy, super simple thing for you to do, you know, going to work. I'm sorry, I'm looking for my... Oh, here it is. Got some pork juice on my counter. Spray that down. Ugh. And so very easy. Set it, forget about it. So I'm going to get busy. I have got a lot of housework I've got to get done today. I'm going to do that, and this afternoon when I finish up, we're going to come back and I'm going to can up some Sloppy Joe mix without the meat, just the sauce, Sloppy Joe sauce. I'm going to can that up so it'd be easy on my pantry shelf, and when we want to have Sloppy Joes, just brown some ground beef or get a jar of my ground beef that I canned and mix that with it, and it's so good. So we're going to tackle that and maybe a couple other things this afternoon. I am going to make a 7-layer salad to go with this, and I'll show y'all how I do that. So y'all stay tuned. I'm going to get busy, and I will see you back here in just a bit. Before I leave you, I'm just going to show you this. I had some vegetables in my one of my upright freezers that was kind of getting freezer bit. Needed to be used up. I didn't have anything to make with them, so I follow a site on Facebook that is pet food freeze dry. I can't remember the name of it, but it's basically freeze drying pet foods for your pets. And so I had some green beans, I had some corn, I had some sweet potatoes and green beans. So I threw those in the freeze dryer a couple of days ago and freeze dried them. Here they are. Now, on that side, everybody's talking about, oh, green beans. My dogs love freeze-dried green beans. My dog did not like freeze-dried green beans. I'm going to try my outside dog and see if he likes them or she likes them. And then I thought, well, the sweet potatoes. He would like the sweet potato. I mean, dogs like sweet potatoes. He ate it, but he wasn't excited about it. So, anyway, I've got all these freeze-dried veggies. And I know my piggy Oliver will love this, especially with the corn in it, and he loves sweet potatoes. Oh, and I had some broccoli too. So I'm going to feed Oliver some of this with his regular feed and use it up. But anyway, I thought that was neat. It was a neat little experiment anyway, but I love it. I love my freeze dryer. And so that was a good way to get some vegetables that was not going to last much longer out of my freezer. And it is, I don't have to keep it I could take it out of my freezer, put it in my refrigerator, and just get some out to feed the pig. But I didn't want to have to store this in my refrigerator. My refrigerator is always packed. So this is a good way that I can just keep it. It's dried. I'll give him a handful with his feed each day, and it won't last that long. So anyway, I wanted to show y'all that. I was getting ready to clean up, and I saw that over there that I got to do something with. So anyway, I'll be back. Hey, I've been at it for a couple hours, and I decided to go ahead and get this Sloppy Joe business on its way because I've got some room in my dishwasher before I turn it on. And I was kind of wanting to get this big mess out of the way so I can clean that up, and I'm ready to sweep and mop floors, so I wanted to get all this mess out of the way. So, back when my kids were young, growing up, I would always make a homemade Sloppy Joe. Matter of fact, for one of my son's birthday party where he had a bunch of friends over, that's what he wanted for his birthday, was my Sloppy Joes. And it was very simple, kid friendly. I browned up ground beef. I added ketchup, a little bit of mustard, some Worcestershire. Voila. That was our Sloppy Joes. And really, for us, as simple as it was delicious. But my kids aren't home, and they would like these too, now that they're adults. But I'm kind of making a more grown-up version where we have vegetables in it, bell peppers and onions. And I like to have these on the pantry shelf. I hadn't had any on my pantry shelf in a long time because every once in a while we do like Sloppy Joes. This is more of a Sloppy Joseph, an adult version, because you have the peppers and the onions, in which, you know, smaller kids sometimes have an aversion to that. So, anyway, I'm calling them Sloppy Josephs because they're more for adults because of the onions and the peppers. But I'm going to show you. I diced up 5 green bell peppers. You can use green, you can use yellow, you can use orange. When I went to the store this morning, the green was 89 cents a piece, and the yellow and the red were $1.89 a piece, so green's fine. And then I chopped up 1 yellow onion and 1 red onion. I had 1 red onion that needed to be used, so that's why I just did that. So what I'm going to do, we're going to go over to the stove and we're going to get the onions and the bell peppers to saute. So hang on. Okay, I've just got a big stock pot here, and I've got some olive oil in the bottom, and we're going to start adding our green onions. Green bell peppers, and then our onions, which are yellow and red combined. To this, I'm going to add some garlic. That's another thing, it makes it kind of adult. And then the salt and pepper. And then I'm also going to use some Korean red pepper flakes, or you could use crushed red pepper flakes, just a pinch. Just give it a little bit of heat, because I said before, we don't really like spicy stuff. That smells like heaven, just that. I'm going to let these saute and the onions get soft and the bell peppers get soft, and then we will continue on. Okay, I think we're just about there. They're getting pretty soft. I'm sorry if the steam is steaming up the camera. I'll probably wipe it before I turn it on. Okay, so I'm going to add 2 cans, these are 6-ounce cans of tomato paste. And these are, oh, hang on. Okay, kind of scooge you away and turn down the heat a little bit. And this is a tomato product, so we will be able to water bath can these. I've got my water bath canner here filled up with water, heating up. I'm doing these in pint jars. I've got the pint jars in my oven on 200, getting hot, because we are going to be doing hot sauce, so we need hot jars and hot water. Okay, now then I am using crushed tomatoes in this, and this is a 8-ounce can. I opened up 4 of these. I'm thinking that's going to be enough, but I may need to add another one. We'll just see. Let me get a couple of other ingredients. Okay, turn this down to low. It was popping and spewing everywhere. I'm going to do a half a cup of brown sugar and a fourth of a cup of Worcestershire, and a fourth of a cup of mustard. I'm using yellow mustard. You can use Dijon if you like that better. I'm going to get this all warm together, and then we're going to give it a taste test. See what we think. One way that I think would be delicious is doing my no-knead bread and like slicing it and doing like open-faced sandwiches on that bread. I think that would be just to die for, and that's how we'll do it next time we have them. Now I'm not adding the meat in here. Hang on, I'm also going to do a little bit of lemon juice just for the acidity level. I'm going to do 2 caps because we are water bathing and I've got a lot of peppers in there, so I just kind of, just to be on the safe side, bring up the acidity a little bit more. You can go ahead and can this with the ground beef already in it, but if you do that, you have got to pressure can it because it is beef, because it is meat, and you'd have to pressure can 75 minutes pints and 90 minutes for quarts. And like I said, I've got plenty of ground beef in the freezer, and then I canned up a bunch of ground beef. So it'd be very simple just to get some ground beef and brown it up, or open up a jar of my ground beef and add to it. Alright, I'm going to give this a taste. Okay, it needs some more Worcestershire, and you just have to do this to taste. So good, guys. Okay, I'm gonna let this all heat through and then we'll be back. Okay, I'm gonna add, and I saw this sitting over there on the counter, and I thought, why not? And this is probably not something you got readily available on your shelf, but I had brought this vegetable dried mix from Azure Standard. It's got onions, celery, carrots, garlic, just a whole bunch of different dried veggies. And I thought, well, I'm gonna add maybe a good handful of that in, just to get some more vegetables in. That was a spur of the moment thing. I've been trying to find ways to use that up. And so this is dehydrated, so it is going to have to sit in here and rehydrate some. So we're going to let it do its thing. Okay, we're ready to get the cannon started. I just got 2 hot jars out of my oven. I like to work with 2 of them at a time and keep those warm in there. And down. And we're just going to start filling the jars. I'm going to leave about a 1/2 inch head space. A little bit more. Okay, I'm going to go through and stir it around and get any bubbles out. A little bit hot, a little bit hot. Okay, and I've got a little vinegar in this bowl, and I like to wipe the rims with some vinegar. That puppy hot. And down the side of that one. Okay. I'm going to put my lids and the rings on. Finger tight. You don't, it looked like I cranked down on it, but I didn't really crank down on it. I just did that. And I'm going to go over here and put these in the water bath canner. I'm going to finish doing the rest of them, and then I'll show you at the end me putting them in the water canner and what we do from there. Okay, I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 pints out of that. There's some left in the pot, but it wasn't enough to do a pint. So I think I got too much water in here, but I'm going to lower the jars down. Let's see. You just want it to cover about 1 inch over the top. I'm just taking some of this water. I always get too much water in the water bath canner. I always think I don't want to have not enough and then have to add cooler water back in there and the heat go back down. Alright, I think that's good enough. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to let this come up to a full rolling boil. And when that happens, we're going to start our timer. I think it's 25 minutes. I'm going to have to double check. I haven't made these in so long, but I think that it's 25 minutes. That you water bath can those, but I'm going to look on my phone and see if I can find a sloppy joe recipe and see how long it is. But I will, like I said, once these come, it's almost there, to a full rolling boil, I'm going to start my timer, and I'll let you know when I come back exactly what the time is. Okay, I looked on the Ball website, and it's, ooh, they got a rolling boil. So we're going to start our timer, and it's 20 minutes. I'll turn down just a smidge so I don't, just a smidge. So, yes, process jars for 20 minutes. Turn off heat. Remove the lids. We're going to let the jar stand for 5 minutes, and then we'll remove them. So I'll see y'all back in 20 minutes. Okay, 25 minutes is up. Turn the heat off, take the lid off, and let these sit for really about 8 minutes. And now it's time to take them out. Oh, don't drop it, Kathy. Here they are. Really excited to have these on the pantry shelf, and this will last us many moons. Come on. And if you don't have a water bath canner like this, the traditional water bath canner, you can do it in a stock pot. As long as the jars fit and you can cover them with at least an inch of water, stock pot works fine too. If I've had little batches, I've done that. I've just gotten out my tall stock pot and done them. And voila. So these will sit, cool off, and hopefully we hear the pings of the lid sealing. If you don't hear that ping, you ain't got a thing. If you don't hear the ping, then you ain't got a thing. Do up. Okay. Anyway, hey, this I saw online that you take your banana peels and put them in water, and it makes potassium water for your plants. Get that out of the way. I don't know. We have bananas, so I've eaten 2 bananas and stuck them in that water, so we'll see. It makes sense to me. But I'm going to let this cool down real good before I wash it up. I got my dishwasher going, and oh Lord, I look a mess. I'm so sorry, guys. It's my day off. I'm just cleaning house. I didn't put my war paint on or anything for you, so I apologize. So I'm gonna get busy with more cleaning, and when it gets closer to supper time, we'll finish up our meal. I'm back. Ooh, almost like the bacon burned too much. Okay, so I'm going to assemble our salad. I'm doing like a 7-layer salad, but I don't think I'm gonna have 7 layers. But it's the concept. I have just, let me show you. I diced up some bacon and just fried it up in this pan. I almost got it too done. Went fast on me. So anyway, I'm just taking the bacon out and putting it on a paper towel over here to drain. And we're going to get started on the dressing part. The dressing is 1.5 cups of mayonnaise. I'm trying out, I had bought this avocado mayo that I had seen people raving about, so we're going to use this. So that's about a cup. And I'm just going to eyeball the half. And then we need 2 tablespoons of sugar. I have to refill my sugar bucket. Ooh, that looks like a lot of sugar. I'll do like 1.5 tablespoons. Then we'll give it an old tasty. And then hang on. I'm trying to find my parmesan. Then we're going to grate up some parmesan. know, probably need like, there's a big chunk that just went in. Maybe 1/4 of a cup. I'd say 1/4 of a cup. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. I always grate my Parmesan on a microplane. I don't know. I don't like to use my box grater on the bigger grates for Parmesan. So I don't know why I do this, but I do. One, two, three, four, five. For good measure. I'm going to wait. I'm going to taste it to see about the salt, because Parmesan is salty. But I do know I'm going to need some black pepper. Taste. Just a little bit of salt. And I think I'm going to put a little splash of apple cider vinegar, so hang on. I'm just going to put just a little splash. Little splash. Yep. That did it. Okay. Put the dressing over to the side. Top on the mayonnaise. Okay, I had a small iceberg lettuce that I chopped up, put it in my salad, washed it, put it in my salad spinner, spinned all the water off. I love my salad spinner. I've used one for years and years and years, and I love it. I love it! Okay, so I'm not going to use, 7-layer salads. You normally have a pretty glass bowl so you can see the layers. I'm just going to put it in this old Tupperware bowl. I love the thick parts of the lettuce. I was trying to see if I got a big chunk of one in there. When you get down to there's one with a bad spot on it. Down to the root, and you get those big chunks. I may have cut mine up too much to get it, but it's like that, that deep yellow one. Well, it ain't focusing. But anyway, like those big chunks, I love those in a salad, and my husband doesn't. For some reason, but that's my favorite part of a salad. I'm not going to use all of this. I'm going to let this dry, and I'm going to put it, wrap it in a paper towel and put it in the refrigerator. Okay, so we have the salad. We have the salad. I'm going to top this with some onions. I should have saved that red onion that I put in the sloppy joe for the salad. I wasn't thinking red onion would be a lot better. Okay. And then I'm going to put some cheese. Now I would put broccoli or cauliflower on this too, but I don't have any fresh broccoli or cauliflower. But I think that would be delicious on this. So let's see how many layers we're going to have. I've got The lettuce, the onion, the cheese. We're at 3 so far. Then I'm going to do the bacon, which would be 4. And boy, that is some crispy bacon. Love it. Okay, and then I had some frozen peas that I got out and just put in the strainer. And they're still not completely unfrozen, but we'll go for it. Some green peas. Woo! My husband likes the green pea salad, you know, with the green peas and the mayonnaise and some cheese and something else. I've made it for him before. It's okay to me, but he really likes it. Okay, let me see. So we've got lettuce, onion, cheese, bacon, English peas. That's 5. I don't have anything else to put on it. So we're going to go with a 5-layer salad. Then I'm just going to dollop the dressing on top. It's a lot of dressing. Then I'm just going to grate a little bit more Parmesan cheese over the top. Okay, so this is just going to go into the refrigerator and sit until it's time to eat, and then I'll just give it a good toss and toss it all together. Okay, I'm just kind of cleaning up my mess. Now I put some no-knead bread to rise this morning, and I'm going to go ahead and start that to get that bacon. And what we're going to have is, oh, let me show y'all. Let's get you over here. Here's our pork with the sauerkraut, and it's just fall apart tender. You can just scrape it and it just shreds. So it is completely done. I've got it on warm just to keep it warm. Go ahead and finish shredding that up. So every little strand gets some juices of that sauerkraut. And I know it don't look very appetizing, but it's delicious. It is delicious. I'll bring you back in a second. Okay, I'm going to start working on my bread. I've got my oven preheating to 450 degrees with my Dutch oven, that cast iron Dutch oven, heating up with it. When I cleaned out my pantry last week and organized it, it was getting to be a mess. I found this bread bowl that I had ordered probably about 1.5 years ago and never used it. So I thought I would use it. So I'm just getting flour coated inside that. And then I'm going to get some flour laid out here. I put this on about 8:30 this morning. If you haven't seen how I do this bread, I've got videos on it, but it's very simple. I do 3 cups of all-purpose flour, bread flour. about a half a teaspoon of active dry yeast, and about 2 cups. You just have to I add about 1.5 cups, and I start stirring it up, and that way I can tell if it needs more water or not. You just kind of want a little wet, shaggy dough, and then you just set it on your countertops covered all day long. And let it ferment, rise, and it makes a very delicious artisan loaf. I'm going to and because you're letting it kind of ferment and rise all day, that's why you only have to use like a half a teaspoon of yeast. My sink's getting filled back up, and I'm not going to knead this. I'm just going to kind of get it floured, and I'm going to take one side, pull it up, fold it over, and just go around to all 4 doing this. It helps get the air. It makes a pretty crumb on it, real holy like a sourdough bread. Okay, and then I'm just going to place this in this bread dough, in this bread bowl, not bread dough. And I'm going to cover it back up while we're waiting on our oven to preheat. And I'm going to get this mess cleaned up, and then we'll be back. Just getting my piggy some food ready. I've got some feed on the bottom, and then like the lettuce leaves that was on the outside that was not any good. And then here I go making a mess. Going to give him some of this freeze dried to mix in with it. And I am hoping that when my husband gets home, he'll go out there and feed him for me, because it is pouring down rain. And he'll have his work boots on anyway, so he could just go straight out there and feed him for me. Isn't that terrible? But yeah, he's got some sweet potatoes, green beans, corn, some broccoli. He's got lettuce, and then he's got his feed. He'll think he's died and gone to heaven. Okay, the oven has preheated. I've got my pan out. It's super duper hot. Got my bread. Some people put parchment, put the bread on parchment, and then put it in the thing, but I just kind of just lift it out and put it in. My sharp knife is in the dishwasher. It's not quite done, so I'm using this X-Acto to cut a slit. Just kind of gives it an artistic look. And this don't feel like it's that sharp. Okay. Put the lid on. I'm going to put it back in the oven, and it's going to cook with the lid on for 30 minutes, and then I'll take the lid off and let it cook for another 15-20 minutes. Alright, it's time. Let's get it ready. Let's pull the salad out of the refrigerator. I'm going to give it a mixeroonie. I'm going to have a big old plate of this. Okay. Okay, and the bread turned out good. sounds hollow. Means it's done. It's got that crunchy outer crust that I just love. I'm gonna cut a hunk of this off. I love it. Get me a plate of salad. I'm gonna do a big plate of salad. Okay. And then some meat. I'm coming. And I got the meat with the sauerkraut in it. Yum. So here we go. And it is, let me get my face out of it so maybe it'll focus. So here we go. That is going to be delicious, so I'm going to sit down and eat my supper. And thank you for joining me. I so much appreciate you being here with me. If you like what you see, please hit subscribe. I do a lot of these. I do cooking, canning, preserving, gardening, shopping hauls, all that kind of jazz. And I would love to have you back to see more of my videos, and go on my channel and look at some of my previous videos if you're new here. And thanks, y'all. Have a blessed day, and I will see you next time. Bye.